How many of these bulbs do you think I can cram into this galvanized wash tub? I didn't get a chance to order my bulbs this year, and I went searching for them but had difficulty finding them because a lot of places had cleared them out in preparation for Christmas. But I did find some wonderful offerings at a local nursery. I do like these peachy colored daffodils, bright pink tulips, double late tulips, and then my favorite, these little minor bulbs. If you've never planted these grape hyacinths or other minor bulbs, I really encourage you to do it because they're just effortless. I think this will look nice in this galvanized wash tub. This tub has holes in the bottom of it. There's cracks and things from being old, and it has plenty enough drainage. You absolutely want to make sure you get good drainage. But, and you can see here, it's been raining for a while, and there's still lots of dry soil in here, so that tells me I'm good with the drainage. That's still looking pretty good to me. I think I'll just put a little compost in with it, and we'll be good to go. I removed the soil down to a depth where I can just set the bulbs on top of the soil without having to shove holes individually. And I'm going to start with the tulips in the center. Now you need to plant these at a depth that's about 4 times the width of the largest part of the bulb. Come out. Now I'm going to set these, as they say, cheek to jowl, very close. And ideally, I would have put some bone meal down in here before I planted, but I didn't have any, and it's not going to stop me from enjoying these tulips. I'm pushing these into the soil just to get them set. The fat end is down. Sometimes there'll even be a few roots coming out, but not in this case. And the pointy end is up. I made sure I bought bulbs that were not soft, that looked good. They weren't moldy or anything like that. Well, that's all the tulips. 2 packages, 16 of them. So it looks like I might have room for all the rest of the bulbs. Let's see. The daffodils can be planted at roughly the same level, although I will shove them down slightly deeper than the tulips because they are larger bulbs. So I'll go down like that with these. Oh, this is going to be very pretty. They won't be blooming at the same time, but it will look really nice with this daffodil foliage on the outside edge while the tulips are coming up in the center. At least I think so. Here's a real good example of the roots at the bottom, so you can tell, and then the shoot that's coming up that will come up in the spring. Oh my gosh, you guys, I only got 1 bag of the daffodils. Wow. Okay, well, I think I still want them in a ring around the tulips, but you know, maybe I won't. I thought I had more daffodils. So what I'm going to do is try and make a more naturalistic design here. Maybe a group of 5, a group of 3, another group of 3, and then 4. Why not? Random, right? That's like nature. There we go. That will look a little bit more natural. I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking I had too many bulbs when I was buying them. They're not cheap these days, y'all. They just aren't. That was $15 for this bag. They are long-lasting, though. The tulips, perhaps not as long-lasting, but sometimes you can really get them to come year after year, especially if you feed them properly and protect them. Okay, I think that's a good final arrangement there. Now I'll shove these down a little further in the soil because they are big bulbs. Then we'll come in with the grape hyacinth in a minute, but we're not going to put them in at this level. I'll show you what I'm going to do with those. I garden in my good clothes all the time. Do you do that? Yikes. Okay, so we're going to come back in with some soil, put it on top, up to about this level here, And then we're going to plant the grape hyacinths in on top of it. Look how cute these little bulbs are. I love minor bulbs. They're underrated and really appreciated because they generally grow really well without any additional coddling. You know what I'm going to do is just empty this whole thing here, and it won't matter really where I put them because those larger bulbs down below will just push their way right up through the spaces in between these minor bulbs. It's just starting to grow right now. Can't wait. You can't wait. I can't wait to see you. The flower part. In a natural garden, the thinking is with bulbs, you just throw them on the ground, and then wherever they land, that's where you plant them. And that mimics the way they spread in nature. I think I can get all the rest of them in here. I have one more bag. Let's do it. Yeah, gonna get all these bulbs in here. Even this little baby guy right there. 16, 15, and 128. So that means 159. Is that about right? Bulbs in here. I think we did pretty darn well. Let's cover them up, and then there'll be one more step after that. I'm going to cover them up to about 4 times the width of this. A few weeks ago, we had a windstorm, and I collect the branches to use them to put on the pots to discourage the animals from digging in there, the cats and the squirrels especially. And then I also use them, of course, as decoration. Not only does it keep out the critters, but it's going to help to keep the bulbs a little bit protected from rain, and also just temperature-wise. These handles on this galvanized tub really work well because you can just shove the branches through them and it helps hold them in place. To keep this structure in place, I wove the branches into each other, and that will make it very hard for the squirrels to get into the bulbs below. Now, let's bring on some holiday magic. I couldn't resist a little holiday color and sparkle to get me through until spring. Until next time, keep dreaming in the garden.